Welcome to part 2 of our building a Discord server demonstration. Um, this time I'm going to show you how to edit a channel and how to add bots and how to add emojis. Okay, so to edit a channel or a category, you right click on it. And again, you can do this on your phone, but I wouldn't want to. So I'm going to edit this category and I'm going to name this Nowhere by Night and save those changes. Okay. So I used a setup here that's really generic. You can add new rooms under this, and I encourage you to do that. Add them and put them in whatever order you want. Delete the room if you don't like the description of a room. We didn't even describe this one. Here's a foyer. Okay, so you go in and you can click on this little gear, edit channel, and you can change the name of the room. You can change the description of the room. Here's where you edit permissions, and we'll talk about this later. Don't worry about invites and webhooks right now. If you want to invite a friend to your server, you can click the invite people button, and I only have one friend on this account, and it's myself. So I could click the invite button. Also, if you're going to generate a link for your domain, you want to go in here and edit this invite link so that it never expires. Otherwise, in a day, you'll be getting messages from everybody going, hey, the link doesn't work. Okay. So anyway, let me go invite myself so that I can use myself as a dummy if I need to. Okay, so now you'll see, and notice, remember in the staff, I can only see myself, but notice in the OOC rooms, I can see this other user. So if you decide you're going to manually add roles, the way you do this is you right click on them or control click on them if you're on a Mac. I'm going to say that a lot. Just assume that right click is control click. All right, and I can say, oh, this is the coordinator. I got to give them coordinator access, and then I can click on the box. There is a way to do this on your phone. It's more complicated. I'll make a video about that later. Okay, so anyway, we're going to ignore me for now. And now we're going to invite bots. So you don't need to invite all the bots. The bots are here in the document, right? You're going to want Dino because Dino is the one you use to enter and exit rooms, just like they were rooms in real life. So we're going to invite Dino by clicking on it. And then we're going to click add to server. It's going, oh, you're not who I thought you were. That's fine. Yeah, sure, fine, whatever, save that account. Okay, now it's going, what server are we adding you to? We're going to Nowhere by Night. Now it's going to ask you for admin server, and that's permissions for the server, and that's fine, it's going to need them. Okay, I am not a robot. Okay, so now you can see that Dino is in the server. There is a role for bots, so right click on Dino, and tell it bots, so that it will display in the sidebar as being a bot, so people aren't like trying to have a conversation with it or wondering what it's doing on the server. This is especially important if you decide to rename it like Kane or Lilith or something. Okay, so we definitely need Dino. If you're doing a BNS game, you want RPS bot. Dino does rock, paper, scissors, but it's only good for like static challenges where the player is doing rock, paper, scissors with the ST. If a player is doing something against another player, you want to use RPS bot. So we'll click on that. And we will add it to Nowhere by Night. Sure, you can do all the things. Still not a robot. Okay. So if you're doing a COD game, you add this other bot called Dicecord, and it's also pretty easy to use. The last bot we might want to add is reaction roles. Reaction roles is really cool because it lets you self-assign roles. Right, Dino lets you self-assign roles based on typing a command, which is good. But reaction roles lets you do it based on assigning an emoji. Now I think Dino is a more reliable bot, and I definitely can like figure out why it's broken when it's broken. Reaction roles I'm still learning. But it's nice to have a visual thing. Also, having two different self-assigning bots means that you can kind of have two different classes of self-assigning roles. In other words, like there's one way to join a room and there's another way to tag yourself as a Malkavian, so that those two things don't get like mixed up in your list, which can be confusing for players, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I am going to add reaction roles to the server. It is a little trickier to learn, and that will take a slightly longer tutorial, but that's okay. All right, invite it. Okay. We have added all the bots. So now I'm going to go over here and tag these all as bots. Ta-da. And we've added all the bots we need. Okay. So adding emojis. So I set up a bunch of different emojis in the folder, and you can add the different ones that you need. Um, in order to use reaction roles, the emojis you use need to be hosted on the server that they're on. Otherwise, you may belong to another server that has the masquerade icons, and you can use those. You do not need to use every icon in the folder. So you go to server settings and you go to emojis. Now, if you have Nitro on your account, you can use animated emojis, but if you don't have Nitro, you can't, so it's better to avoid it. All right, it's the wrong folder. Okay. Here is my desktop folder. It is a hot mess. Okay, so the masquerade folder has a ton of stuff in it. I'm not going to use all of it, so I am going to select what I need. Yep, I'm going to need the regular Ankh. We need Asamite. We better not have any Bali on Nowhere by Night. Bruja. Catif. Camarilla. I guess we don't need the regular Ankh. Okay, so Anarch. Asamite, Bruja, Catif, Camarilla. I don't know. Gangrels, Giovanni, Independent Alliance, probably if we have those. Lysambra, Malkavian. And again, you don't need to put clans on here if your game doesn't welcome Sabat, don't put Sabat on here. Okay. I don't even recognize that one. Not sure who they are. Okay. All right, it didn't get Venture in that ad. I'll add Venture in the next one. Why did I put in True Bruja? I don't know. Okay, but the good news is this shows us how to delete. So kind of slide your mouse over where you want to delete and put the X. Okay, so we have Venture, Salubri, Nosferatu, Unaligned, Mortal, Toreador, Sabat. I don't really want Sabat to have that long of a name. So if you don't like the name of an emoji you've given, maybe you've downloaded it from somewhere else, just go in there and change it. You just click on the name of the emoji and you can edit it. Okay. So then instead of wearing pronoun pins, you can give people pronoun tags to assign. My friend Ava came up with the really cool set to do pronouns. So pronoun emoji. Gosh, I'm really sorry that my desktop is such a mess. Okay. All right, so we've got that. And then there's also a folder called Miss Emoji. And that's got, like, if you want to do local and visitor roles, I think that's all that's in there right now. I'm not going to bother with them. And there may be other roles you want to assign and find emojis for based on your game and what information you want to make it easy for people to find. I think that's a good chat to have with your storyteller, probably because you don't really want to make people like get something that they could just get with a leadership check, but you also don't want to like make life difficult. Okay, so you can see I've done this and I still have 27 slots available. So there's a way to get more slots, and that is if someone with Nitro boosts your server, and the more people with Nitro who boost your server, the more slots you get. But there are very few games that are going to eat up all your slots with roles, and if they do, you just need to think really hard about, well, what is the priority for emoji. Okay. Otherwise, I don't see, and a lot of people are like, ooh, let me put up all these clan signs on my vampire server because it's a vampire server. It's not very useful unless you're doing reaction roles. It's sort of like, okay, why? you'd be better off giving people like funny emojis to react with or something. And again, there's just tons of that. You can find like Discord servers to find emojis on, or you can go to like Discord emojis. I don't know. There's Google search, you'll find everything. Okay, so now we've done that. We've invited bots. We have added emojis to our server. And now if I click here, you'll see like here are the nowhere by night emojis. I do not frequently use the poop emoji. Who are you? Okay. And we'll talk about what you can do with these in reaction roles in a different video. Okay, stay tuned for part 3 where I talk about setting up reaction roles, which is fun. Um, I'll see you there.